Hello everyone, we're working on a 2016 Chevy Sonic Hatchback. We have a flex pipe that rusted out and has cracked and now has a major exhaust leak before the rear O2 sensor. This is the vehicle we are working on today. Don't forget to chalk your wheels and also put jacks and possibly even a jack stand as a second fail safe. But yeah, I'll get this thing jacked up and we can start working on it. Oh, Wasper. One, two, and three, and it wraps up there. We have an O2 sensor to disconnect, and then back here, oh, there's a freaking wasp. This thing is chasing me down. Oh, back there, oh. There is another coupling we have to disconnect, and it should only be 2 bolts. See if I can't get a look at that for you. Here we are. And there's that. And the other bolt. They're a little rusty, but we'll spray a little PV plaster on there. And they should come apart pretty nicely for us. So, let's get to working on that. Bugs. I'm not sure on how much video I lost. Okay, that's not too bad. Alright, and there is a gasket that came off the old one. With this thing being such low mileage, I'm not going to worry about it too much. This thing's only got 66,000 miles on it. This thing did come with a new gasket on the end. I do recommend getting a new gasket for this, but since this stuff is still separating and is not fused into one yet, I'm going to assume that's probably going to seal fine. I'm not worried about that.
but the GM part does come with the rear gasket, and it's just basically a piece of crushed metal. The front gasket does clip onto the exhaust piece you remove, and other than that, just you gotta shove it up in there, throw your bolts in it, and then make sure that you snug down your O2 sensor. I do recommend putting a dot of anti-seize on that, just so you don't have that problem of it, what is that? That problem of when you do need to replace it, it's seized in there so bad you have to buy a new one of these. I do believe that if this thing rusts out again though, then the time that we own it, we're just going to put either like a catback exhaust on it for the same price, or something along them line, because this is a terrible design by GM. It's just a very well-known failure point, and 66,000 miles and I've already got to replace a piece of exhaust, something that should last the car its lifetime. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this put in there, and yeah, it shouldn't take very much longer, and we should be done with this. And getting out of this Missouri heat, being 95 degrees out here and whatnot, it's kind of a hot day. Oh. Oh. Alright, and one thing I like to do with exhaust work is I will get one side started so that this thing can't back off or wedge itself in some weird way when you're working on the back side. It should make things quite a bit easier for you, since you're going to sit there and pry on that back and get it moving and wedged in the same spot. Luckily with this though, that flex pipe makes it real easy whenever you're trying to pry that in place. Oy. Oh, such a tight fit under here. One day we'll get a car lift. Maybe not today, but it will happen. Oh. Gasket is still on there. There's the bolt holes. Oh. Come on, baby. Alright, bolt holes are in. I'm gonna get these guys' hands snugged. And if you do it the proper way, don't forget to snug down your bolts. I do not know the torque specs for exhaust. I've never really paid attention to them. I've always just went until snug, just because of the fact it doesn't really seem like a crucial part in my mind. If it's something internal, like cams or any of that, I will absolutely be following specs, because you over torque something on that or under torque it, you could easily bend something, break something. Oh, come on. Oh, this is such a tight spot. Oh.
Okay. Ugh. Give me back my socket. Okay. Alright, here's this. Oh, you piece of crap. I'm kind of a pain in the butt to work with. Aren't you rolling back? Alright. Still recording. Yeah. There we go. Alright. Okay, I see that's pretty tight. Okay, okay. Here. Why is that thing moving around so much? There we go. Alright, these are the last 3 bolts here. And I normally will snug up every one of them by hand, or get it to the point where it's starting to get tight, and then make sure I go around and do them all around the same time, so you're not torquing down one and causing the metal to bind up on itself, or stripping a thread or snapping a bolt or something like that, or a stud in this case. Because again, you're just asking for a bad day at that point. I don't think I would be able to drill or pop this out without removing the catalytic converter. And this catalytic converter is attached to its manifold. And yeah, that just sounds like a pretty big headache in my mind. But look underneath the car, I do not see any oil leaks. Or maybe I do actually. What is that? We might actually have an oil pan leak. Maybe something we'll be doing in future videos. Maybe not. I'm not sure where that's coming from. Okay. That seems pretty tight. Okie dokie.
Let me get these gloves off and we'll do a little test start. I probably should have started this thing before just to kind of show you the noises it was making. I mean, honestly, it sounded pretty cool, but the adverse gas mileage was not worth it. Give me 1 second here. See if we hear any exhaust leaks. Yep, quiet as ever. I don't hear any exhaust leaks. I do hear something rattling though. Probably just a piece of plastic or something along them lines. And no check engine lights, so I think we're good. Alright, thank you guys for joining me, and hopefully we'll see you guys in the next video or another video shortly. Thank you.